This year I've been working on a film photography project solely shot on Ilford HP5 Plus 400, and it got me wondering, can I create a similar look to this iconic film stock with my LUMIX cameras? HP5 is loved by analog photographers across the globe for a number of reasons. It's highlight retention, it's medium contrast, grain structure, but also because of how this film stock looks when it's pushed. Pushing film in its very basic sense is when you feed the film less light when you're shooting and then you bring the exposure back by overdeveloping. I think Ilford's HP5 looks awesome when it's pushed. Like, the shadows get deeper, the contrast rises, and the grain gets much stronger. So today I have two LUMIX looks for you, two for the price of one. There's HP5 like normal, and then there's HP5 pushed. At the base of these two looks is the photo style like a monochrome, and then on top of that is my season LUT winter to provide that film-like tone curve. I've set my grain setting to standard for the normal HP5 look, and then for the pushed version I've turned it up to high. This might be a little bit too much for some people, so feel free to turn it down to suit your taste. Something I think LUMIX could improve on in the future with their cameras is the grain setting. At the minute they have low and standard and high, and the lowest setting, low, is already too much grain for some people. So I think it would be so cool if LUMIX could introduce like a grain slider, maybe like the amount or the size or the roughness, all three of those inside this camera would just like being able to tweak those settings would make LUMIX cameras unstoppable for shooting film like JPEGs. For this look, I've chosen the iDynamic range setting of standard to match the latitude of HP5. With this setting turned on, you can aim to overexpose your images without worrying about losing the highlights. After reviewing my own HP5 film scans and loads of scans from other people, I noticed that although a black and white film stock, sometimes scans from HP5 film can produce a slight warm tint. So to match this inside my LUMIX camera, I've set my color tone to -0.5. It's very subtle, and feel free to turn this setting off if you wish, but I think it just helps to sell the look of HP5 film when shooting with your LUMIX camera. So today I have my S9 with my Sigma 45mm f2.8 lens attached. I'm gonna take a walk around and shoot some JPEGs with these looks, and I'm gonna flick the lens onto manual focus. The reason for this is most film cameras require you to manually focus the lens, so I think turning your digital lens onto manual focus is just another step to help recreate the look of film with a digital camera.